Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, may I get your attention please? The presentation will begin. Honorable Mrs. Nur Shakira binti Muhammad Nawi, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Our topic today is cigarette every puff brings consequence. Before the presentation begins, let me introduce our two panel who are no strangers. Well, to my right, the first panel is Dr. Muhammad Daniel bin Azahar. Next was the second panel, Dr. Muhammad Haziq Zafri bin Zainuddin. Welcome to both of you, Doctor. For the audience information, Dr. Daniel and Dr. Haziq are health specialist doctors at Penang Hospital. Well, before I divide any further, my question on the first panel, what content we can find in cigarettes?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thanks to moderator, e-cigarette lead will emit over 4,000 toxic chemicals that are harmful and can be deadly. With this each puff, reasonably a deadly puff. Among the content of cigarette smoke included radioactive substance, polonium 2201 and substance used in paint, acetone, floor cleaner, ammonia, mothball, naphthalene, acetaldehyde, DDT, termite poison, arsenic gas, toxic gas, hydrogen cyanide used in that gas chamber for offender on death row and more. However, the most important toxin are tar, nicotine, and carbon monoxide.
Thank you back to our first panel. A while ago, the first panel stated that there are three most important poisons in cigarettes, namely tar, nicotine, and carbon monoxide. So the question for Dr. Muhammad Haziq, can you explain why these substances are considered the most dangerous?
Okay, sure. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A very interesting question, and I will explain one by one. First, tar contains at least 43 chemicals known to cause cancer carcinogens, whereas nicotine, like the face of heroin drugs, amphetamine, amphetamine and cocaine, react in the brain and cause addiction. It is therefore too difficult to anyone who has become integrated with a smoking addiction to quit the habit forever. And lastly, carbon monoxide is a toxic gas normally emitted by vehicle exhaust. This gas affects the supply of oxygen to the tissue until it becomes inhibited. This explains that smoking is a dangerous to people near smoker. Passive smoke from smoker is more dangerous and cause more serious illness than smoker.
Thanks to our second panel, it is now clear that cigarettes themselves can bring harm to themselves. The two panels just explained about the harmful content found in cigarettes. I would like to ask our first panel to describe what effects can be caused by cigarettes, smoke, and on smokers and people around.
Thank you for the handsome moderator. Among the effect of cigarette smoke on smoker and people around the cancer of the lung, trachea, bronchus, mouth, and esophagus, alimentary canal, where 90% of lung cancer is caused by smoking. Scientific studies also show that there are over 4,000 chemicals found in cigarette smoke as causing cancer. Passive smokers are people who do not smoke but are termed as smoker because they inhale cigarette smoke from smoker around them. Believe it or not, the risk of disease faced by passive smoker is many times greater than that of the smoker.
Our first panel described the impact of cigarette smoke on smokers and people around them for a health point of view. My question goes back to the second panel. Can you explain the impact of cigarette smoke or the cigarette itself from an economic and personality point of view?
Okay, thank you, moderator. In economic term, on average, smokers spend about 1,000 per year on smoking, while medical treatment with an estimate RM 214 per year. This means smokers waste their money a lot throughout their life. Therefore, smoking like burning your own money. Then, from a personality point of view, cigarette smoke leave and smell on clothes, dry lips, yellowish teeth, and while smelling breath affect social relationships.
A very interesting sharing regarding the evils of cigarette, but there are some health benefits of smoking that no one ha- has ever noticed. The first and second panels, please provide your explanation.
Who say smoking is not harmful to health? Everyone, including the World Health Organization (WHO), the Ministry of Health Asia, and any health organization certify it. But smokers say the opposite. So today we are going to see what are the proven benefit of smoking from the health perspective. Smokers have a lower risk of undergoing great total knee replacement surgery, right? The study by the University Adelaide in Australia that was published in July issue of Journal of Arthritis and Rheumatism found that smokers had a lower risk of undergoing total knee replacement surgery. This surgery is often performed on those who are frequently jogging and suffer from obesity. Smokers rarely exercise and they have a lower likelihood of developing morbid obesity problem.
Smokers have a lower risk of developing Parkinson's disease. Strange, but true. Studies have found that those who smoke longer have a lower risk of developing Parkinson's disease. And this is not because the smoker died early, it is it. Okay, first, study 1, published in the journal Neurology in March 2010. Researchers found that longer smoking period will protect smoker from developing Parkinson's. Study 2, published in Journal Neurology in March 2007. Researchers found that a smoker who started quitting smoking will be more prone to Parkinson's disease than those who still smokes. And lastly, smokers have a lower risk of developing obesity. Nicotine found in cigarette is able to reduce appetite. Even in the 1920s, cigarette company has begun target women by using the tagline of cigarette being able to manage the body. Today, the stigma of weight will rise sharply after quitting smoking. Is one of the barriers that cause many smokers not to want to quit smoking. That's all for me. Thank you.
There is an Arabic proverb that states that there is no disease that cannot be cured except death. Oh, sorry, Miss Dr. Daniel and Dr. Hazik. There was a call from an audience who wanted to ask how to quit smoking. Whether the panelists know the best way to quit smoking?
Mm, Thank you, moderator. The right way to quit smoking is to first set a date to quit smoking. You must say to yourself that I am not smoker. Additionally, you must concentrate on whatever you are doing to forget smoking habit. Always thinking positive and is also important. You also need to get support from family and friends. The most important thing is to fight the urge to smoke.
Excuse me,
Uh,
moderator. I would like to add little bit of what the brother of the first panel said.
yes, you may. You may, Dr. Haziq.
Thank you, moderator. We already know that the habit of smoking today start from teenager. Therefore, parents are the best counselor to children who smoke. Don't leave them alone with this habit. Parent needs to use an approach that it neither too firm nor too soft. These children should not to be given flower only or only rotans, but use both. Inshallah will be effective on their soul.
I'm sorry, Dr. Haziq and Dr. Daniel. I want to check my phone first.
Sure, can.
There were more calls from the audience asking the panelists. The question is, what's, what is the effect of smoking on the body?
Okay. There are many negative versus positive effects in smoking. One of them is lung disease, such as emphysema. This disease caused by shortness of breath. The more you smoke, the higher your risk of getting the disease. Smoking causes this. Smoking causes the damage to the air sac alveoli that are important in the exchange of oxygen gas and carbon monoxide in blood and lung. In addition, lung disease such as chronic bronchitis and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease (COPD), such as emphysema. Although it fall into the same category as emphysema, chronic bronchitis is caused by an infection and is caused by a smoking habit. Cigarette weaken the immune system and make a smoker more susceptible to lung infection.
Sorry, can I interrupt? Okay,
Yes, you may, Dr. Haziq.
okay. A lot of very health problem caused by smoking habits. In addition to the lungs, smoking habit also have a negative impact on the brain such as dementia. Dementia is a disease of loss of cognitive function. Systems such as memory loss and symptoms such as memory loss, difficult making judgment, emotional change and change in character. More than half of dementia patients will develop Alzheimer's disease. As described above, smoking increase the risk of dementia.
Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we have come to the end of our part presentation. I would like to express my gratitude to our presentation again for the informative and interesting talk, and also to the audience for active participation. Hopefully, the presentation will be beneficial for everyone. Thank you again to all two members of our panel, Dr. Muhammad Haziq and Dr. Daniel, for being present and willing to share their opinions. I hope that we get today is not just in the right ear and the left ear. It seems that time is very jealous of us. Before the end, let's all clap for ourselves and for being successful and diligently listen to our discussion today. And hopefully, with this information, you better recognize the effects of smoking and become a turning point to quit smoking and live a healthier life. In conclusion, the smoking habit should be stopped because it not only affects the health of ourselves but also others. That's all from us today. Thank you for everyone for your attention.